In this video, we're diving into three critical issues: the Trudeau government's reckless debt spiral, Mark Carney's globalist vision that could threaten Canadian jobs, and the mind-numbing red tape crushing your businesses. Let's get started, because it's your money, and you deserve to know the truth. First up, let's talk about the elephant in the room: Canada's national debt. Under Justin Trudeau, it didn't just grow, it exploded. And who's paying the price? You are.
Later on this year, the Trudeau government will have doubled the national debt. So people really need to think about that. Think back in time to all the other prime ministers and all the other governments. Add all of them up together, double it. That is what our national debt is going to hit later on this year. We're now at more than $1.2 trillion.
That's right. Canada is now over $1.2 trillion in debt, which is doubled under Trudeau. And here's the kicker: every nickel of GST you pay is now just covering interest on that debt, not building roads or hospitals. Listen to this.
Also, there's your share. That actually has gone down. Last time it was around $31,000. This time it's around $29,000. Is that because of the influx of migration that we're facing?
That's the population change. Yeah, wow. Exactly. We also wanted to highlight how much we're paying in interest charges, right? So just like anybody else, if you have a credit card or a line of credit, you pay interest on that. The interest payments on our debt every year now is what we pay in the GST. It's more than what we transfer to the provinces for healthcare.
Think about that. Your hard-earned tax dollars are being funneled to bond fund managers in Toronto, not staying in your pocket or your province, and it's only getting worse, with interest charges eating up more than healthcare transfers. This is a debt bond, and it's your kids and your grandkids who'll be left holding the bag. Will it be better under Mark Carney? Maybe, but while we're on the subject, let's take a look at Mark Carney, the man who could be steering Canada's economic ship. He's been advising Trudeau for the past 9 years. But is his vision about building a stronger Canada or serving a global agenda at your expense?
He is the textbook definition of a globalist. He is a board member on the World Economic Forum. He has chaired some of the largest multinational corporations in the world. And of course, as your audience will know, he was the former governor of the Bank of England, the first foreign governor of the Bank of England in its history. And before that, he was Canada's governor of our central bank. He is really he's a left-wing ideologue. He believes in climate action. He was the chair of the UN's special envoy for climate change. But of course, as he said, he is the ultimate pragmatist, and that is evident in his policies and promises to Canadians that he ran on, which seemed to be a clear rebuke of Justin Trudeau's leadership. Two most obvious policies being Justin Trudeau's carbon tax and a capital gains tax hike. He has vowed to scrap those, calling those divisive policies.
A globalist tied to the World Economic Forum and the UN, where he pushed climate action as a special envoy. And what does that climate agenda look like? Here's Carney in his own words.
Desirability of restricting climate change to 2 degrees above pre-industrial levels leads to the concept of a carbon budget. One of my core points is that risk to financial stability will be minimized if the transition begins early and follows a predictable path, thereby helping the market, and I'd underscore the market, to anticipate a transition to a 2-degree world. The direct costs of climate change are already affecting insurers' underwriting strategies and accounts. That the catastrophic impacts of climate change will be felt beyond the traditional horizons of most actors. It will impose costs.
Early action, carbon budgets. This sounds like a recipe for policies that could choke our oil and gas sector, a backbone of Canadian jobs and GDP. Is this about saving the planet or prioritizing global elites over your wallet? Let's turn our attention to an issue that doesn't always grab headlines, but hits your wallet just as hard: bureaucracy and the hidden cost of red tape. You might think it's just a minor annoyance, a few extra forms to fill out. But the reality is far worse. Under the Liberals, red tape has become a crushing burden, strangling Canadian businesses, delaying critical projects, and costing taxpayers billions. And it's not just about wasted time. It's about lost jobs, higher prices, and a government that seems more interested in tying up in knots than helping you thrive. So, just how bad has it gotten? Here's the stark truth about the Liberals' red tape nightmare.
Red tape overseen by these government gatekeepers is stifling Canadians. It cripples innovation, competitiveness, and limits productivity and economic growth. This is not some niche issue. Sadly, under the Liberals, red tape has gotten worse. The insignificant changes proposed in Bill S6 amount to just a drop in the ocean when you consider just how onerous the Liberals' red tape regime has become.
Crippling innovation, limiting growth. That's the reality of Liberal red tape. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business says it costs us nearly $11 billion a year. Think of the housing crisis. Delays in permits mean fewer homes, driving up prices. This isn't the government working for you, it's the government working against you. There you have it. Debt spiraling out of control, a globalist vision, and red tape strangling your businesses. Stay informed, stay engaged, and join us next time to keep fighting for your wallet. I'm Glenn Zacher. Subscribe, hit that bell, and we'll see you soon, because it's your money.